I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, 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 you don't flip. Chop, 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 you don't flip. Chop, chop, chop.
Welcome back. And I said welcome back to another video. We got another album review. Last album I reviewed was, let me see, I got it pulled up. Dang, has it been a long February? Nah, it has not been February. Are you kidding me? Nah. July. That was the TLC album. Dang, I've only reviewed 2 albums this year? Nah, that can't be true. That can't be true. Only 2 albums? Only 2? Are you serious? I've only reviewed 2 albums this year. I need to get back on track with that. So, yeah, we got my first Chris Brown album to review up here. Can you believe it? I'm actually surprised that I haven't reviewed a Chris album before because I love Chris Brown's work. Like, he got some incredible work. This man is on point every single album. Every single album he puts out some fire songs, some incredible music, and I'm glad to review his debut album, which is one of his most nostalgic for me. Y'all know I'm 22 years old. I was like 4 when this album came out. I probably didn't even know it was coming out, but I remember these songs playing in some way, shape, or form at a family function as a kid. At school or some of my friends at the time. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard a lot of these songs, which I have when I was a kid, and this might be one of my most nostalgic album reviews, considering that this came out smack dab when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I review other albums, like, for example, like A Rhythm Nation or Don't Be Cruel or Age Ain't Nothing But a Number by Aaliyah, Bobby Brown, and Janet Jackson, those albums came out way before I was even born. And let's go to someone I was a baby, like Confessions. That album came out when I was only like 3, 2. When I was not really remembering things. When this album came out, when Chris Brown's album came out, that's when I kind of started to remember things. You feel me? A lot more. And growing up, I would see Chris Brown mania a lot more. So, yeah. But this album isn't as nostalgic as his next album, which is, I forgot the name of it that quick. I'm so sorry. But that one came out 2007. Exclusive, I think. I forgot that quick. Dang, it was just in my head. But, you know, without further ado, let's get into Chris Brown's debut album. Self-titled Chris Brown. So, I'm not going to go deep into every single song on this album. This is one of the longest albums that I've kind of reviewed. Which I reviewed long albums before, but I'm kind of tired of talking about every single individual song like that, which I probably will, but I'm not going to give as much detail. Y'all should already know the meaning of the song, this, that, and the third, if you're here. So, yeah. So, the first song on the list is Run It. And Run It is a perfect song to start an album. High energy. The beat just smacks you in the face. It's heavily catchy, flavored. There's so much character with Chris Brown when it comes to this song. It's amazing. It makes you want to dance, get up. It's on point. I have no problem with this song at all. This is an easy, I'll say 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Because there are other songs on this album that are better than this song. Like a sister song. There's a sister song on this album that's coming up that I consider a sister song. Give me that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's very smooth. And I remember hearing this song when I was a kid. This was everywhere. Even 2 years after the song came out. This song was everywhere. Yo is amazing too. It's about on the same point as Run It. Great song. Excuse Me Miss. This is an iconic song from Chris Brown's catalog, especially him starting out. Very smooth, you know what I'm saying? Very smooth. Youthful. You could definitely feel that this was a kid a 16-year-old singing this. However, it's still at the same flavor that can carry on until you're an adult. I don't know how to explain it. It's that longevity that this song can definitely have. This song felt so innocent and so charming. I can definitely see why the girls were going after Chris back in the day, because this song is on point. Like, Chris Brown had the men thinking that you could get a girl just by dancing and singing to them. Look at the music video. It's just like that. So, yeah. This song is huge. You know what I'm saying? The drums were lit. The production's on point. The production's not always on point with my album reviews, I guess. You know, Chris getting to know a girl, chase after a female, and, you know, she was clearly messing with it, and yeah, yo, excuse me, miss, this is a great song, 9 out of 10. Young Love is a very innocent song. Like, you know how I said Yo was just charming? This is even more charming than that one. Young Love isn't as good as Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's a very smooth song, very, very mellowed out song. I'm surprised this one wasn't as big, but this was a good song too. It's an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very smooth song, like I just said. Chris basically speaks about people who doubt his love because he's a teenager, and he's going to try to prove them wrong with being the best man he can be, basically. You know, people can be very condescending towards people who are younger than them. You know what I'm saying? I go through it at work. You know, when you get out into the field with a lot of older people, and this, that, and the third, people will doubt you because you're young. Oh, you're too young. You don't know what you're doing. Or you're too young. You don't know what you're talking about. Like that whole BS, you feel me? And Chris Brown was basically calling that out in this song. And, yeah, Chris is on point with this song. So it's very smooth, very mellowed out, man. I love it. I can see myself listening to it on a bright, sunny day with the birds chirping, just walking around the block. You know what I'm saying? This is a great song. I like it. I really did. Now, Give Me That. Give Me That is an easy 10 out of 10. My favorite song so far. Let me tell you guys why. So, Give Me That is an easy, perfect song for a club back in the day. This song is on point. It's on the same level as Run It, but it's just a bit better than Run It. I'm never gonna lie to you. It's a bit better than Run It. It's on point. I remember being addicted to this song when I first heard it. It's like Chris, in the song, it's like Chris was trying to go for a girl that's older than, like 3 years older than him. You know what I'm saying? And Chris was on point. He pulled that girl. He definitely pulled that girl. Chris Brown was on point with this song. It was a classic. It's an instant classic song for me. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I remember hearing it a lot when I was younger too. The beat, like I said, the beat's hard too. The beat is hard as hell, bro. Like, bro, you gotta listen to it, understand where I'm coming from, bro. This is the song that gets you up and gets you hyped, makes you want to dance. Same thing with Run It. Run It and Give Me That are just like sister songs to me. Just one is a bit better than the other one. You know what I mean? And I can't tell you why. It's just a better song to me. It's on point. 10 out of 10. My favorite song so far. Your Man Ain't Me is on point with Give Me That. Let me tell you why. I put Your Man Ain't Me in between Run It and Give Me That. Your Man Ain't Me isn't that lit as Give Me That or Run It, right? It's not as lit. It's not as crazy in the club bumping. It's on the par with Young Love in the vibe sense, but it's better than Young Love. You know what I'm saying? And it's even more catchier than Young Love and Run It. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if y'all understand where I'm coming from. It is what it is. Your Man Ain't Me, and the lyrics are on point. He don't even drive. Bro. Chris is on point with that. Chris was on point with this. Basically, you know, Chris explaining his case to a female that, bro, that girl, this man can't give you what I can give you. This man don't have this. This man don't have that. This man don't have anything over himself, but I do. That's not the guy for you. I'm better for you than he ever would be. You know what I'm saying? And that was so lit to me. That this was a lit song. And I remember even recently being addicted to this song. Your Man Ain't Me is a vibe. Easy 10 out of 10 song. I'll definitely say that. The next song is Winner, right? And it's not as good as Young Love. It's an 8 out of 10. It's like he got the girl that he wanted, that he was just speaking about in Your Man Amy. And it's charming. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for my girl. You won me, I won you, da da da. We're together. Winner's a great song. Winner's a smooth song, you feel me? I remember, I like this song too. I don't really have much more to say about it. It's a vibe, it's a good song, but it's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's not a bad song at all. So far, Chris is on point with his music in his debut album. And the next one is also a 10 out of 10. Because one reason why I say Ain't No Way is a 10 out of 10 for me, I was addicted to it this year. Like, I kid you not. When I re-listened to it for this album review, bro, the addiction has come back. I'm going to listen to it again right after this album review and this song. Like, Ain't No Way is an amazing song. It might be one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites as well. Amazing song, smooth production, best vocals, and it's very addictive. And it's charming. Like, bro, I'm sorry I keep saying that, but it's true. It's a very charming song. It's very like, you can understand why the girls like this man, the way he was singing his heart out in these love songs, bro. And why the dudes wanted to strive to be like this dude, bro. Ain't No Way is a perfect song. I don't see any problems with it. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see no other songs better than this song, or at least on the same level of this song as the other 10 out of 10s I've already made. And we've already got 3 10 out of 10s on point. What's My Name is great too. It's a 7.5 out of 10, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It can be forgettable compared to all the other songs on this list. I'm like, C to the H to the R-I-S. I know you like me, baby, just say yes. That's catchy as hell. What? Maybe it's an 8. Maybe that's an 8. Maybe it might be on point with Winner. But so far it's like a 7.9. Somewhere around that area. Parts of it can be forgettable, you know what I'm saying? This is like the first time I can really criticize this album. And this can be a bit forgettable, but it's not a bad song at any point. The maybe I'll say the chorus is, you can remember the chorus, C to the H to R S, but once it gets to the rest, maybe that's what it is that I'm kind of about, but nevertheless, it's not a bad song. Now we get to the next, to the second half of the album, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is where the cracks tend to show within this album. It's kind of up and down for me. Is This Love is not a bad song, but this is possibly my least favorite song so far. 7 out of 10. It's very passionate. The song isn't bad. The vocals are on point. It's very retro R&B vibes, but there's something about it that doesn't really do it for me when it comes to how on point the rest of the album is. 7 out of 10. Poppin' is an addictive song. It's very addictive. So this is easily a 10 out of 10 song. We're back with the 10 out of 10s. This is the last 10 out of 10 on this album, is Poppin'. It and the beat just that's hard. I could see myself bumping that down the street in 2023. Honestly. 100% is smooth. Talking about how poppin' a girl is, everything about her looking good, on point. You got me open and waiting, and poppin'. Woo! Poppin'. Just Fine is a forgettable song. It's kind of filler to me. Smooth production. Bro, this whole album's smooth in some way, but it's a 10 out of 10. Nothing else for me to really say about it. It reminds me of like the end of a movie credits, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the beginning of a movie when they play some music to showcase, showcase the intro of the movie in some way. I could see this being that type of song, which isn't bad, but it's one of my least favorites on the album. It's a 6 out of 10. Say Goodbye is arguably the most saddest song on the album. It's a 9 out of 10. It's emotional. It reminds me of Burn by Usher. 9 out of 10, bro. Like, bro, we all been there before with a female. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have really kind of felt this way about a female, that it's like, sometimes you just have to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to, but you realize that you got to because you kind of don't have another choice or something of that nature. Like, if it's not going that well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where Chris is coming from with this song, and it's just so emotional, bro. Little Chris was singing his heart out with this, bro. He was singing his heart out, man. He was on point with this. So, Say Goodbye is amazing. 9 out of 10. Yeah. Run It the remix. Oh my god, with Bow Wow, what, bro? The remix to Run It. Oh my goodness, this was amazing. This was arguably. Nah, I wouldn't even say arguably. I was gonna say this is arguably better than the first Run It, but no. This Run It ain't as good as the first one now. It ain't good as the original. The original's on point. But this one, but I will say this is a hard remix. It's an amazing remix. The production. The production was on point. The production was on point with this song. I have no problem with this song. This song's amazing. It just did what it was supposed to do. 8.5 out of 10. Played this in the clubs back in 05 and everything, bro. This is on point. I don't know nothing about the clubs in 05, but I imagine this was one of them that was playing, a 16-year-old track. Can you believe it? So Glad is also kind of filler to me. It's a 6 out of 10. Doesn't really do much for me. Seeing the Light is an 8 out of 10. The next song, Seeing the Light, is like his origins in a way. It's like him kind of speaking on his upbringing and where he was around, his people, things that he's seen. 8 out of 10. It's a great origin type song, and yeah. The next song is Thank You. It's like him thanking. It's like, to me, it feels like he's kind of thanking the audience for listening to the entire album. And this is the end of the album, so he's kind of like thanking everybody. Thank y'all for listening, this, that, and the third. But I'll be real with you. Yeah, I just got done listening to this album, and this is a forgettable song already. Not really the best. This might be a 6 out of 10 as well, maybe 5. It doesn't really do it for me like that, but yeah. And the Give Me That remix is a 9 out of 10. Not as good as the original one, bro. I'm telling you, it was hard, but it's not that hard. No, it might be actually. It might be better than. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'll say that. Lil Wayne did his stuff with the remix, and I'm glad we got that out of him. And that was the end of the album. Okay. So, the best songs on this album, oh my goodness, where do I even begin? So, I'll say this. Say Goodbye. Poppin'. Ain't No Way. Your Man Ain't Me. Give Me That. Yo, Run It. Those are my favorite songs on the list. My least favorite songs on the list will probably be Thank You, So Glad, and Just Fine. Yeah. The best lyrics now will be Your Man Ain't Me. It's like he's calling out people. It's like he's calling out the girl's boyfriend in such a creative way. It's like he don't even drop that hit. Bro, what you going after a dude that don't got nothing for himself? Maybe it's just personal to me. Maybe that's why I say that. The chorus of What's My Name, I definitely say, has some great lyrics too. Yeah. The best produced. Oh my goodness. Run It Remix has my favorite beat on this album, I'll say. I'll go ahead and get that out now. Run It Remix has the best beat on this album. Poppin' too. Poppin' was on point. Give Me That too. And the original Run It. Oh my goodness. Yo, there's so much good beats on this album. It's crazy. Yeah. Production game was on point. I didn't even read who produced this album. Shout out to you. You did your stuff. You was on point. I'm gonna say that now. And yeah, that's the album. So this album dabbles in love, heartbreak, love, heartbreak, shooting your shot, dating, upbringing, you name it. Chris Brown did his stuff with this album. He killed it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how does he have all this love and relationship advice at 16 years old? Or experience at 16 years old? He was on point. Not even gonna lie to you, he killed this album. He killed this album. This album, it's not a 10 out of 10. But as a collective, this might be a 9 out of 10 album or 8.5 out of 10 album. The first half was on point, but the second half did get a bit rocky. So that's why I'm kind of like giving it like an 8. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when this album, when the album is on point, it's on point. Bro, I gave this album like a good 3 10 out of 10s. Nah. Almost 5 10 out of 10s and mostly 9s. I only got like 3 6 out of 10s, 3 low parts, and 7s aren't really that good either to me. They're mid. I'll give it like a good 8 out of 10 album. It's an on point album. I know people have said that this album was perfect. I'll be the judge of that. I don't really think I've listened to a perfect album yet. I probably have given albums 10 out of 10s, but then some songs in certain areas just aren't really all that. I'm waiting. Y'all gonna see. This is a 10 out of 10 album I will review. But this one right here, this was on point. This is a great album. But I'll easily give it like a 10.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10. But none of these songs I'll say are bad. Some are just really forgettable, not that good. Very mid. So yeah, that was the album. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. Chris Brown, for somebody who debuted his album, he did a great job. Great job at 16. So yeah, we reviewed some great debut albums recently. TLC's and now Chris Brown's. We going nowhere but up. So yeah, let's see and hope y'all enjoy.